All right, let's put the spotlight then on non-banking finance company NeoGrowth. There have been a few reports going about that the company is scouting for a potential buyer to get acquired or to sell significant stake to a strategic investor. Let's understand a little bit more. Arun Nayyar, MD and CEO of NeoGrowth Credit, now joins in. Thanks so much for taking time out. So put to rest the speculation then, because we understand that after having turned profitable in the last financial year, you're hoping to attract a suitor from the financial services world. Can you give us a little bit more clarity as to what exactly the company plans?
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. Essentially, we are a scaled up business now, and we raised capital last year. Given the growth we are witnessing in our business, we need to raise further capital. And there are multiple, ways to raise capital. And some of the, things you read in the article are around the capital raise itself.
No. So is there any plan for a potential buyer? Are you looking to get acquired? Are you looking at selling a significant stake? Where have talks reached? What's the game plan?
I think the discussion is at a very initial stage. We are in the process of appointing a banker. And at the time the transaction closes, there will be a multiple, combination of deals, which will be primary capital in the company, and there is a possibility of potential secondary sale as well.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about how you're looking to really scale up the credit capabilities and or what the plan is in place to do that.
So we are, as I mentioned, we are a fairly scaled up business, have gone through multiple cycles of, growth, disruption. We're currently growing at around 4% on a monthly basis. We're currently at around 2,300 crore of balance sheet. We believe that for a long period of time, given the potential to lend to the small businesses, which is an underfinanced segment, we can grow at a 40% to 50% kind of a annual growth rate for a long period of time. So the capital raise conversations which we are having are largely to fund the growth we have in mind.
All right. Now, let's also discuss, the kind of intense competition that exists, because there's some very well-established players, the likes of Paytm, BharatPe, or even PhonePe, and they're also really scaling up their credit offerings to smaller retailers. How exactly are you dealing with this intense competition, and how are you looking to retain your market share?
I think the way we look at it, the market is fairly large. There is a space for multiple players to build large businesses around retailers lending. We're currently sourcing close to around 1,000 crores of applications a month. We're disbursing around 250 crore every month. We believe that there is a space to grow for many other players. So we're not too focused on the competitive intensity. What we are focused on is how do we keep improving our system, operations, underwriting, and how do we serve our customers better.
Okay. Who are some of the major investors in the company at the current juncture? What kind of an asset base are you looking to build? And how have you seen really, the impact that the pandemic has had on your overall customer segment?
So we have a set of investors ranging from private equity, funds to the founders. The founders own around 20% of the company. Leapfrog Investments own around 28%, and then we have 3-4 other investors holding around 10% each. Currently, as I mentioned, we are at around 2,300 crore of assets under management. We plan to end this financial year close to 3,000, and next year we will get closer to around 5,000 crore. So in the matter of 18 to 24 months, we should be hitting 5,000 crore of assets.
What's the outlook then in terms of your overall financials? How are you looking at, the kind of operating revenues that you're clocking in? What's the outlook in terms of your run rate, in terms of your profit metrics as well, and the kind of AUM that you enjoy?
So last year we delivered a return on equity of around 5.5%. Q1 of this year, we delivered an ROE of around 7.5%. This year, we are expected to grow at around 45%, and our revenues will get closer to around 700 crores for the full year. And mostly the revenues are broadly in line with the assets under management growth. So we believe that on a year-on-year basis, we can continue to grow at around 40%.
Okay. Are you looking at any funding rounds down the line? And can you just tell us about where you see NeoGrowth in a few years from now, and how you expect the plans to firm up?
So we currently at around 725 crore of net worth. We are leveraged at around 2.5 times. We believe that with the same amount of capital, we can grow our business for another 12 to 18 months. We're looking at raising incremental capital next year. As I mentioned, we've started that process. I think around 400 to 500 crores of primary capital in the company will ensure that we can hit the 5,000 crore assets under management without incremental capital requirement. Because the company is profitable, there is a significant accrual from profits which will fund our further growth.
All right. Thanks so much for taking time out and joining us, and hope to connect with you, Arun, when we do have a few more developments on NeoGrowth Credit.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.